Assalamualaikum class 6. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Today we are starting our chapter of history, that is why learn history and measuring time. This is Miss Uruj, your history teacher. So we are starting this chapter now. The contents and the topics which we are covered in this lecture is the chapter, that is why learn history and measuring time, from the book page number 2 and 3. I am giving you a reinforcement of that chapter in which we are describing the concept of history is interesting. History teach us to learn from the past. History teach us to understand the modern world. Measuring time. After that, I am giving you the home task and activity, and you have to solve the activity in your notebooks. Okay class, the topic of the chapter is why learn history and measuring time. For the introduction, we are saying history is a study of life in society in the past in all its aspects in a relation to present developments and future hopes. It is a story of man in time and an inquiry into the past and based on evidence. Means we are doing some inquiries which are based on evidence, and we can make our present beautiful and develop our future very well. The reason why we learn history are history has given us millions of brilliant ideas. As we all know, no idea comes in the mind by the first person. Like if we want to make an aeroplane, so if a person slept at night and woke up and said it's a model of the airplane, it is not possible. There is so many experiences are there which are done step by step, and it's all give us the idea from the history. History help us understand trends about ourselves. History also gives the trends that how the human is living, fashion trends, eating trends, educational trends, and whatever. History gives us inspiration and motivation. History means like it gives us inspiration and motivation, in which sense like we have so many stories that a person start by zero, by like no space, no worth and all that, like in Einstein and Thomas Edison and all that, but they can keep going and they are doing their hard work and achieve the target. So it also gives us the motivation and inspiration. History help us empathize with past generation. Okay, fine. Empathize means we have to connect ourselves with the past generation. Like we are not feeling that we are so much different from the past generation. We are related to them. Okay. Now the fifth and the last point is history remind us we are human. History give us the review that we are human. What is the reason of our birth? Why we are different from the animals and other creatures? What is the basic target and purpose of our living, our life? That is education, helping mankind, making peace on the earth, and etc. Now the topic is measuring time. Why we are measuring time and what and all. The introduction of the measuring time is that the measurement of time begins with the invention of sandals in ancient Egypt, sometime prior to 1500 BC. However, the time the Egyptian measured was not the same as a time days clock measure for the Egyptian, and indeed for a further 3 millennia the basic unit of time was the period of daylight. Like the measuring time is starting so pastly from Egypt or ancient Greek and all that, and they are gradually comes to the clock hour. They are first of all they are appreciating about the daylight timing and all that, but after that day by day they are changing and having progress and make a wall clock and all, but a clock or watch or the time zone, and with the help of longitude and latitude and all that. Okay. Okay class, the first topic is why learn history. People often ask, why do we learn history? It's boring. Why do we have to study people who have been dead for thousands of years, or find about wars which were fought centuries ago? These are all past and finished. We should learn about the present. Here are some reasons why we have history lesson. First of all, history is interesting. History is about wars and rebellions and inventions, of course. But much more important is how these affected the lives of the people. It is fascinating to learn about how people lived in the past, their homes, their clothes, food, religion, governments, forms of entertainment and habits, and compare these with our own. We can see how different they were and yet so alike in some ways. So why history is interesting? History is interesting because it tells us the past trend of the human being, how they live, how they eat, how they spend their time, how they can take education from. Okay, class? The second topic is history teach us to learn from the past. We have to, there is a quotation that we have to learn from the past, make our present much good and create or develop the future much better. Okay, so it's all due to the concept of history. History teach us to learn from the past. A famous statesman once said, people who do not learn from history have to repeat it. Means if you are not learning from your previous things, you can repeat it again and again. Sometimes it's mistake, sometimes it's something else. Okay. People have done some frightful things to one another in the past. They have enslaved, tortured and killed others for religious or racial reason and fought several terrible wars. Though such things happen even today, most people realize that they are wrong. The world knows about the dangerous consequences of such awful acts and has set up organizations such as the United Nations to try to prevent them from happening again. Class, I am reading the chapter that is Why Learn History, page number 2, and you have to look at your books and read it with me and read by your own self to understand the topic. So, we are accepting that in history there is lot of wars are there and in present also wars are there. But we can take the precaution and safety measurement to decrease these type of dangerous things. Next topic is history teach us to understand the modern world. History helps us to understand more about the world today and answer several questions. Why are there several kinds of government and laws and different ways of life? It shows us why some countries are poor and some rich, and perhaps the way to make the poor ones richer. It helps us to understand how present problems between nations have risen from the past mistakes. For example, India-Pakistan dispute over Kashmir or the Arab-Israel conflict. So class, the main basic topic, the next basic topic is measuring time. How can we measure time? How can we say that it's night, it's day, we have 7 days a week, 12 months in a year, 365 days in a year, and like how can we calculate it? It all comes under the umbrella of measuring time. Okay class? For thousands, I am reading that chapter again. for you, and you have to read it by your own self with me to understand the topic. Put your fingers on your book. Okay, I'm starting reading. Like, for thousands of years, people have needed to measure time. Even if it was a rough estimate, the primitive hunter-gatherer who wanted to know how much longer he could go on before making camp learned to estimate by looking at the sun. When people become a little more settled, they needed more actual way of measuring time. So sandals and water clocks were invented. They could mark long intervals by the new moon and still longer one by the sun and the seasons. As society became more complicated, writing was invented as history need to be recorded. It was not good enough to say, when my grandmother was a child. Something definite had to be laid down to determine exactly which year it was. We have to specify the year, in which year, like in going time period, there is a coronavirus, and we are saying that coronavirus is COVID-19. Why we are giving the name COVID-19? Because it is coming in the last of 2019 and in the starting of 2020. So we are always, after 2 years, after 10 years, after 100 years, we are remembering that on the year of 2020 this diseases can be placed or something like. So we know the definite time period for it. Okay. Most people made some important event, real or imagined, in their history or religion the starting point of their measurement of time. For international business and relations, especially in the modern world, it was impossible to have survival different ways of dating the year. So Christian one of AC oblique DAD. BC means before Christ, AD means after death. Before Christ means before the birth of the Christ, and after death means after the death of the Christ, was generally adopted through people still continue to use their own system of dating for certain things. The Christian year 1 was the year in which Christ was supposed to have been born. Years before this were called as BC, before Christ, and years afterwards AD. Years BC are counted backward and year AD is normal way. If you were born in AD 1985, you will be 15 years older in AD 2000. If you had been born in 1985 BC, you would have been 15 in 1970 BC. Hope you understand it, class. So class, in the last you have to read the chapter, that is why learn history measuring time completely. It will help you in the further discussion of the lesson. It also help you to answer the question related to the chapter of the activity. Also you have to review the background of the history and its importance, and the links I am giving below, these are the YouTube links, and it will help you to understand the background and the importance of the history. So class, for the activity you have to answer the following question in your notebook. You have to write all these questions in your notebook and you have to answer this. Notebook means you have to write all things in your register. So question number 1 is complete the following paragraph. You have to fill that paragraph by the help of the book. The earliest people on the earth told the time by dash. Later they invented dash, but these were not good at dash. Dash consisted of a round vessel from which water flowed through a hole in the base with the time scale mark on inside of the vessel. The second paragraph is the letter BC stands for dash. The letter AH stands for in the year of dash. The letter AD stands for dash, which means dash. Question number 2 is, why does Islamic calendar not keep in step with Christian calendar? You have to answer it. to review all the chapter. After that, you have to do the worksheet from the worksheet part, that is on page number 8. You have to do the work, you have to do the activity, and also you have to fill the blanks of it. Thank you.